Hello and welcome to my video. So today what we will be doing is we will be learning the first 6 sounds of Jolly Phonics. Please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you. Okay, so when we're starting with the first 6 sounds, it is very important that you say the sounds clearly with the child and do all the actions. I will teach you the actions, the songs, and how to clearly pronounce the sound. You will also see the sounds behind me on the wall, and I will also put the sound up on the video too, so you will see that too. Now we will be singing the sounds within this video, but first of all, the first most important thing is, what will you need for this video? We are going to make Play-Doh, so you're going to need the Play-Doh ingredients. Thank you. And next clip you will see the ingredients that you will need. So please get them ready for the video. Thank you. Okay, hello. So we're going to continue on the video right now. We're going to start with the first 6 sounds of Jolly Phonics. So for the first 6 sounds, as you can see them behind me on the wall, we have the S sound. We also have the A sound. Then we have the T sound, I sound, P sound, and N sound. Now we're going to take it one by one to learn each of the sounds, the songs and the actions to teach your children. Okay, so let's have a look. So let's start with the S sound. So we have S. Now how we do the S sound is we go S, just like a snake, and then we can do the action of S, 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 just like that. So we're writing the S in the air. Okay, we have the song to go with it that we go. The snake is in the grass, the snake is in the grass. S, s, the snake is in the grass, the snake is in the grass, the snake is in the grass. S, s, the snake is in the grass. Perfect. Now let's try, and in a minute we're going to write the sound. So we're going to start by writing the letter S, and we're going to start from the top, and we're going to go S, just like a snake, and we're going to sing the song. The snake is in the grass, the snake is in the grass. S, s, the snake is in the grass. The letter S. Hello, so the second sound we're going to use is A. A for ant. Now, for the A for ant, we do the action of your arm out in front, and you do this, as in ants on my arm. Ants on my arm. So we do the sound A, 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 A. Big mouth. Ah, 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 ah. Ants on my arm. Ah, ah. Ants on my arm. Ah, ah. Ants on my arm, they're causing me alarm. Should we sing it one more time? So get your arm ready. Get your ants ready. And we go ah, ah. Ants on my arm. Ah, ah. Ants on my arm, ah, ah. Ants on my arm, they're causing me alarm. Perfect. Now let's try and write the ah sound. Next letter we're going to write is ah, ah. We're going to start from the top. We're going to go all the way round. Like we're making a circle. We're going to go back up, down and flick. And we have a ah. And we're going to go ah, 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 ah. Answer on my arm. Ah, ah. Answer on my arm. Ah, ah. They're causing me alarm. Perfect. Okay, so let's have a look at the third sound. T, 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 for tennis. Just like on the wall. Can you see the t for tennis? Perfect. So let's have a look at the song. T, 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 t for tennis. We move our head back and forth. T, 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 t. Can you do the action? T, 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 t. And then we sing. When I watch the tennis game. T, 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 t. When I watch the tennis game, my head goes back and forth. Can you do that one more time with me and sing along? When I watch the tennis game, t, 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 t. When I watch the tennis game, my head goes back and forth. Thank you. Now, let's see if we can write the t. Thank you. The next sound we're going to write is a t, t, t. And we're going to go t, t, t. All the way down and a flick and then across the T. So we're going to go t, t. When I watch a tennis game, t, 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 t. When I watch the tennis game, t, 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 t. My head goes back and forth. Hello. So now we're going to look at the fourth sound of Jolly Phonics. Now the fourth sound of Jolly Phonics is I. Now I is for Inky Mouse, one of our main characters. Now Inky Mouse, we have a small story to say how Inky Mouse got his name. Inky Mouse, he used to be a white mouse, just like my top. Now, when he was out walking across a desk, there was a pot of ink and he accidentally spilled the ink. Oh no. And when he spilled the ink, it was black ink and it went all over his body. And you'd never guess what? Well, Inky was a white mouse and the ink was black. So when you mix black and you mix white together, it makes grey. So Inky Mouse was now a grey mouse. And that's how he was called Inky Mouse, because he was inky. So we like to do the sound for I for Inky Mouse. The sound for I and the action for I goes like this, just like a mouse. So we go I, 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 I. Imagine when you're going I, you're smiling, okay? So you go I, I, I. and then we sing the song just like this. Inky the mouse is my pet. He spilled the ink and got wet. The ink it spread all over the desk. Inky is wet. Should we try it one more time? Okay, now let's see if we can sing it together. Inky the mouse is my pet. He spilled the ink and got wet. The ink it spread all over the desk. Inky's wet. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to try and write the I. Okay, 1 second. Next sound we're going to write is an I. Do you remember I for Inky Mouse? For an I, we go a little bit down and a little flick and then a dot. Nice and easy. A line down with a flick and a dot. And we go I. Inky the mouse is my pet. He spilled the ink and got wet. The ink is spread all over the desk. Inky's wet. Hello. So the next sound that we have is we have the P sound. P for pink pig cake. And on a cake, what do we have? We have candles. So what we're going to do for the action is we're going to pretend our finger is our candles. And we're going to put our finger to our lips and we're going to pretend to blow out the candles. And when we're blowing out the candles, we go P, 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 P. And that is the perfect sound for P. Perfect. Now the song that we sing together for P is puff out the candles on the pink pig cake. P, 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 P. One more time. Puff out the candles on the pink pig cake. Puff, puff, puff. Let's sing it one more time together. So we go. Puff out the candles on the pink pig cake. P, 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 P. Puff out the candles on the pink pig cake. Puff, puff, puff. Perfect. Now let's try and see if we can write the P. Next sound we're going to do is a P, P, P for puff out the candles. Do we remember that song? So for a P, we need to draw a line going down. We come back up the line, not all the way to the top, and then we go round halfway for our P. So we're going to try it one more time. We're going to go puff out the candles on the pink pink cake. P, 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 P. Puff out the candles on the pink pig cake. P, P, P. Okay, now our sixth and final sound is What sound does that sound like? I know. Sounds like an aeroplane. So we have an aeroplane like on the board here. An aeroplane. And the sound an aeroplane makes is So, can you pretend to be an aeroplane? Right, I want you to put your arms out here for the action and go That's perfect. Now, would Would you like to learn the song for Well, we start with hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, making lots of noise. So, can you do that for me again? The second time we're going to do it together. Hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, making lots of noise. That's great. Now, let's try and write the sound. One sec. Last letter, it's the So we go down, back up, around and flick. And then we have our sound. We go, hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, making lots of noise. Okay, so today what we're going to make is we're going to make Play-Doh. Now with the Play-Doh, as you can see, my ingredients are laid out on the table. We have the oil, which is here. We have the salt. We have the flavouring or colouring. We have the water. And then we have the flour. Now as you can see, my flour is already in my bowl. Then we'll add some small amount of salt to my Play-Doh. Not a lot of salt. After you've added the salt, you will then need to move on to the oil. So it's very important you just add a little bit of oil, not too much oil. From the oil, you will then add some of your colouring or flavouring, depending on what you want. And you add the small flavouring, not too much, just something small to make it smell nice or to change the colour. Then afterwards, you will add the water. Then from the water, just a little bit for now so that you can mix. You take your hand. I am wearing gloves because I don't want to get my nails all messy. You will then start to mix the Play-Doh with your hand. So it's going to take some time and it's going to change the consistency. You're going to continue to mix the Play-Doh until it creates a dough. So as you can see, I'm continuing to mix, mix, mix. Okay, so now you have made your Play-Doh and it looks just like this, nice and moulded and beautiful. What you can actually do is you can mould your Play-Doh into a sausage shape, just like this. And you can actually teach your children how to blend. By blending, you would just separate your Play-Doh into a nice long snake, ask them to make. And then with the snake, what you would do is you would teach them the first 12 words just by blending the sounds together. So, blending the sounds, you would separate your Play-Doh into 3. So 1, 2, 3. And you would get each child to take a word that they choose. So for instance, I will choose the word tap. And with the word tap, what I will do So we'll take the T and I'll put the T here. Then the A and I'll put the A here. Then the P and I'll put the P here. And we will blend it. We'll go T, A, P, T, A, P, T, A, P. Now as you point, you ask them to say the sound. So as they're saying T, A, P, T, A, P, T, A, P, T, A, P, the faster they say it, the quicker they will say the word T, A, P, T, A, P, T, A, P, T, A, P, tap. And then you've taught them how to blend their first word. Now you will do that for each of the 12 words. So for sat, ant, it, sit, pan, at, tin, tip, pit, pat, nip. Now that will be your homework for the end of this lesson. And you will see all the words on the screen after this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.